Donald Glover. American actor and comedian. Born, September 25, 1983, age 40 years, Edwards Air Force Base, California, United States. Children 3. Parentes, Donald Glover, Sr., Beverly Glover. Partner, Michelle White. Siblings, Stephen Glover, Bree Glover. Awards full list. Donald Glover about. Donald McKinley Glover Jr., known professionally in music as Childish Gambino, is an American actor, comedian, singer, rapper, writer, director, and producer. After working in Derrick Comedy while studying at New York University, Glover was hired at age 23 by Tina Fey as a writer for the NBC sitcom 30 Rock. Donald Glover net worth $40 million. Early and personal life. Donald McKinley Glover Jr. was born at Edwards Air Force Base in Edwards, California, on September 25, 1983, and was raised in Stone Mountain, Georgia, where his father was stationed. His mother, Beverly (née Smith), is a retired daycare provider, and his father, Donald Glover Sr., was a postal worker. His parents served as foster parents for 14 years. Glover was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, but he is no longer religious. His younger brother, Stephen, would later become a writer and producer who collaborates with him. He has a sister named Brianne. In December 2018, Glover disclosed that his father had died. Glover attended Avondale High School and DeKalb School of the Arts and was voted most likely to write for The Simpsons in his high school yearbook. In 2006, he graduated from the New York University Tisch School of the Arts with a degree in dramatic writing. While at Tisch, he self-produced the independent mixtape The Younger I Get, which has not been released and has been disowned by Glover for being the too raw ramblings of what he calls a decrepit Drake. He began DJing and producing electronic music under the moniker MC DJ, later as MC DJ, remixing Sufjan Stevens' album Illinois, 2005. Glover began dating Michelle White in 2015. They got married during the production of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They have 3 sons, born in early 2016, January 2018, and 2020. Glover is known as a private person and rarely posts on social media or does interviews unless for promotional work. In an interview with The New Yorker, he stated that social media made him feel less human and that he only visits online discussion pages in which he can stay anonymous and communicate with people who understand what he is saying. Glover and White legally wed one morning preceding a shooting day for his prime series Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Career. 2006 to 2010, Derrick Comedy, Community, and Mixtapes. In 2006, Glover caught the attention of producer David Miner after Glover sent writing samples including a spec script that he had written for The Simpsons. Miner and Tina Fey were impressed by Glover's work and hired him to become a writer for the NBC sitcom 30 Rock. From 2006 to 2009, Glover wrote for 30 Rock, in which he also had occasional appearances. He and his co-writers were presented with the Writers Guild of America Award for Best Comedy Series in 2008 for his work on the 3rd season. In 2008, Glover unsuccessfully auditioned to play President Barack Obama on the sketch comedy program Saturday Night Live. The role went to cast member Fred Armisen. While attending NYU, Glover became a member of the sketch comedy group Derrick Comedy, having appeared in their sketches on YouTube since 2006, along with Dominic Dierks, Maggie McFadden, D.C. Pearson, and Dan Ekman. The group wrote and starred in a feature-length film, Mystery Team, a comedy about amateur teenage detectives. It premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in 2009. With a limited release, the fans requested the film in their local theaters. Glover starred as former high school jock Troy Barnes on Dan Harmon's NBC sitcom Community, which premiered in September 2009. Glover did not return as a full-time cast member for the show's 5th season, appearing only in the first 5 episodes. Despite speculation that he was leaving to pursue his music career, a series of handwritten notes that Glover posted to Instagram revealed that his reasons were more personal, citing a need for projects that offered him more independence as he worked through some personal issues. Although Harmon approached Glover about returning to the show for its 6th season, Glover declined, feeling that his character's return would not serve the show, the audience, or himself as an actor. Glover's stage name, Childish Gambino, which he used to start his musical career, came from a Wu-Tang Clan name generator. In June 2008, he released the independent mixtape Sick Boy. In September 2009, he released his second mixtape Poindexter. A pair of mixtapes titled I Am Just a Rapper and I Am Just a Rapper 2 were released in close succession in 2010, and Cul-de-sac, his third mixtape, was released in July of that year. In March 2010, Glover performed a 30-minute set on the stand-up showcase program Comedy Central Presents. In May 2010, a fan suggested Glover for the role of Spider-Man/Peter Parker in the Amazing Spider-Man film, encouraging his supporters to retweet the hashtag #Donald4Spider-Man. The campaign sparked a viral response on Twitter. The call for Glover to audition for the role was supported by Spider-Man creator Stan Lee. However, Glover did not audition, and the role went to Andrew Garfield. He later revealed that he was never contacted by Sony Pictures. Comics writer Brian Michael Bendis, who announced Miles Morales, an African-American version of Spider-Man, a year later, said he had conceived of the character before Glover's campaign went viral. Bendis gave credit to Glover for influencing the new hero's looks for Spider-Man. Bendis said, "I saw him in the costume on Community and thought, I would like to read that book." Glover later voiced this incarnation of Spider-Man on the Ultimate Spider-Man animated series. Glover received the Rising Comedy Star Award at the Just for Laughs Festival in July 2010 and was featured in Gap's 2010 holiday advertising campaign.